Everyone is faced with aging parents and the problems that you have in dealing with how your parents are getting older, where they're going to go, how they're going to live, especially if perhaps they're suffering from dementia or some early stages of Alzheimer's. We're at Parkcliffe Community, meeting with Vicki and Charlene. Parkcliffe's a unique place because it really specializes in dealing with dementia and Alzheimer's patients in a very homey atmosphere. Is that the right word?
It is the right word. I know families are surprised when they come here because the setup, the homes, there's 7 different homes in this facility, in this surroundings, and then 3 of them over at Northwood that are set up like a home. They have their own dining room, their own kitchens, everybody has their own bedrooms, so it looks exactly like a home.
Charlene, you took me on a tour last time we were here. It's very, almost campus-like to some extent.
It is, and that makes an easier transition for not only the residents coming here, but for the family members also, bringing their loved ones here.
But it's still very safe, because I noticed the doors and how things are protected here. People can't just wander off.
All the buildings are secured. There's a code to get in and out of the buildings.
But as secure as it is, as you said, it's still almost like an apartment or a home as opposed to a nursing home, let's say.
Right. I explain it to families, it's more like a bed and breakfast.
That's a great way. That's a great way to explain, because it does kind of look like a bed and breakfast. You've got communal meal times,
Right.
and dining room looking, and very dining room looking, or home dining room looking. I mean, you hear a lot about assisted living. What's the difference between assisted living and Parkcliffe?
Assisted living is, they can do more on their own. It's kind of an a la carte, you pay for what you need, the services that you need. Parkcliffe is all-inclusive. They pay one rent, and that includes everything, all the care they need, because every day is different with dementia. Some days they'll have a wonderful day, and they can do all their dressing and, toileting, going to the bathroom and stuff. Other days they need more assistance, and we meet that need, their daily change of need. So we have 24-hour staff. A lot of assisted living don't have 24-hour staff. Again, if they have a bad night and they're up and they're restless, we get them up. We make sure they use the restroom, bring them down and give them a meal, a sandwich, watch a movie with them, and take them back to bed if that's what they want. So.
And it's very welcoming to members of the family who want to come visit or stay. There's nothing to really stop people from doing that, and you encourage it, don't you?
24-hour visiting time. There are no set visiting hours. And the residents can pick their loved ones up and take them out for lunch or dinner, or take them overnight. And Vicki was alluding to, some days the residents have good days, some days they have bad days, just like we do. And on those good days, we capitalize on those days and encourage the residents to do as much for themselves for as long a period of time as they can.
Because there's lots to do here. I mean, you're not going to. It's not like a boring, institutional-looking place. There's a lot of things you could do. Like?
Well, we have activities every day, 6 days a week. On Sundays, they spend a lot of times with their families and in the buildings, but yeah, 6 days a week we have activities. They walk to and from activities.
I've asked you a lot of questions, and I'm sure people considering what to do with aging parents would come in and ask a lot of questions, but I get the impressions that you would have a lot of questions to ask me if I were in that situation.
I always ask families when their loved one was diagnosed with dementia, when they started seeing symptoms.
And what are those symptoms? I mean, how much care do they need? For personal care, for eating, that determines which home is best for the resident, because we want to make sure their care needs are being met.
What's their daily routine been like?
And what did they do for a living? What makes them comfortable? If they're having a bad day, what can we talk to them about to make them have a good day? For instance, if they had horses, I have horses, maybe I would connect with them that way, have them be my friend, so they will allow me to help them with a shower or allow me to help them with something, maybe just brighten their day. I know here, something I think is unique is that Wayne tells us that we can take a resident for a walk or read the newspaper. You know, if we want to go for a walk over to the park, just take a resident with us. You know, anything that makes the resident comfortable or feel like this is home is what we do.
And those sessions that you have with the family and asking those questions, those are important elements to you to be able to provide the right kind of care.
Sure they are, yeah.
How you've given me one example. Give me another example of how that family interaction has helped a particular resident here.
You take the resident as a whole into consideration. Maybe somebody used to work the afternoon shift, so it's very common for them to be up at nighttime. That would be something that would be included in that individualized program, so that when he's up at nighttime, you're giving him something to eat, maybe sit down and watch a movie with him, have a cold drink, make him feel at home. This is his home.